Decoded.
Welcome to this Book Decoded podcast episode from The Deep Dive.
Great to be here.
Today, we're getting into Ruby Tandoh's All-Consuming, Why We Eat the Way We Eat Now.
It's a fascinating read.
Absolutely. Our mission today, to really unpack the surprising forces shaping what we eat. You know, those cravings that feel so personal?
Yeah, like your specific thing you just have to have.
Exactly. We're going to explore how they might be. Well, more engineered than you'd think.
Right. And Tandoh's main point, really, is that our tastes aren't just biological. It's not built in.
Okay, so not just what our body tells us.
No, for generations, sure, we learned from family, friends, that was how it worked. But she argues that, especially since World War II, that whole system has been turned upside down.
How so?
Well, the power shifted big time. It moved away from, say, countries setting food policy towards huge corporations.
The global food machine she talks about.
Precisely. Think restaurant chains, supermarkets everywhere, fast food, delivery apps, ready meals, even industrial agriculture feeding into all of it.
That's a massive change. So how does that corporate influence actually change the culture around food? Tandoh says it's more composite now, changeable.
Yeah, exactly. Food culture today gets pushed around by advertising, branding, marketing, even travel, and obviously platforms like YouTube.
So unlike, say, our grandparents who got recipes maybe just from family.
Right. Or maybe one cookbook now. Recipes hit us from all angles. It's constant.
Which leads to her big question, doesn't it?
The central one. Why do I want what I want? It's a great question. And she follows it up with, I promise you won't find the answer in your own stomach.
Oof. Okay, so if it's not our stomachs dictating things, how do these modern platforms, you mentioned YouTube, maybe like Mob, that cooking site, how do they create desire?
Well, Mob's a perfect example. They're incredibly good at using very specific visuals, specific language to basically build a craving in your head.
It's deliberate, you mean?
Oh, completely deliberate. It's fascinating how they do it.
I think I know what you mean. Those visuals. She calls them soft porn videos almost.
Yeah. Like a knife rasping just so over a crust, or a salad being slung on top like a satin quilt. It's hyper real.
And the language, too. Those compound noun recipes, crispy chicken this, chewy cookie that. Always those tempting adjectives.
Always crispy, chewy, crunchy, and even color. She points out how orange is used strategically. Think McDonald's because it supposedly makes people hungry.
Wow. It's like sensory overload designed to make you cook.
Pretty much. And this didn't come from nowhere. Tandoh traces it back, partly, to chefs like Ottolenghi, you know. His style is very modular, playing with food, prioritizing contrast.
So that kind of paved the way.
Kind of opened the door for these new recipe developers. Mob's founder even compares it to making music, just reconfiguring notes, finding new combinations for maximum, craveability.
Speaking of maximum craveability, let's shift to the hype economy. TikTok is wild for this.
Oh, totally.
Those chocolate-covered strawberries at Borough Market, nearly 10 quid a cup.
And people flew in for them because of TikTok videos.
That just bypasses traditional food critics entirely, doesn't it?
Completely. That's the core insight here.
Yeah.
The hype shifts authority. It's not about established critics anymore.
So who holds the power then?
Random users. Creating what she calls game walkthroughs or hard data videos. They're built to spread like wildfire, sometimes, beyond the facts.
It really changes who a tastemaker even is, like Keith Lee.
Exactly. Keith Lee, former MMA fighter, now a huge TikTok food reviewer.
He's not a trained chef or critic, right?
Nope. Reviews anonymously, tries to help small businesses, big on honesty.
Mm-hmm.
But Tandoh calls him maybe the most powerful restaurant critic in America, even though he admits he doesn't know all that much about food.
That's incredible. And it's not just individuals, is it? Tandoh mentions the queue itself.
Yes. The line outside a place becomes its own review, especially for casual spots. Shake Shack apparently had a webcam just to monitor its lines.
So the crowd is the critic.
In a way, yeah. The crowd is the ultimate tastemaker.
Makes you really think, doesn't it? Which brings us sort of full circle, back to the kitchen. The ambivalent kitchen, as Tandoh puts it.
Mm-hmm.
We see all this stuff online now, reshaping home cooking, everything from like tradwife aesthetics.
Right, that whole vibe.
To people like Nara Smith making ketchup from scratch on video.
Yeah, and yet, here's the paradox. Despite all this content, all these recipes,
We still make the same few things over and over.
most of us do. Tandoh notes, we often just cycle through the same couple of dozen recipes. Cooking shifts from being about, domestic necessity
Feeding the family.
to becoming this aspirational thing, a hobby, self-improvement. It's almost a performance for online, not just nourishment.
That definitely rings true. So if our desires are kind of engineered and our cooking is partly performance, what about when tech steps in even more directly? Ordering apps, self-service screens at restaurants?
Tandoh calls it a wall.
A wall.
Yeah, between the eater and the cook, or even the food itself. It's convenient, no doubt. Super convenient.
But it creates distance.
Exactly. A distance that makes you wonder, she suggests, if you've ever really had a truly original craving, something purely your own.
Wow. Okay, so what's the takeaway here? It feels a bit overwhelming.
Well, I think Tandoh's final thought is actually quite empowering. In this age of, let's face it, overwhelming, carefully curated food experiences, just understanding the why behind your cravings, that's powerful.
So it's not about feeling bad about wanting what you want.
Not at all. It's about looking at your diet
Mm-hmm.
with curiosity, maybe, not judgment. She argues the big food battles now aren't really about production anymore.
They're about marketing.
Marketing connection, or maybe disconnection
Yeah.
with what we actually eat. So the final thought for you listening is maybe. What will you choose to question about your next meal?